Scanning for audio.
Welcome to a Tin Dog podcast. Yes, it's the next part of Doctor Who Book Week, The Big Bang Generation by Gary Russell. I'm not going to beat about the bush. This is very well written. Gary's definitely executed this with the same level of style and ability that we've come to know from this man. He hasn't let up, and he's given us something that we can deal with. Now, there's been a lot of press and forum chatter about this book, mainly for one reason. You see, once upon a time, there was a big, fat, massive wall in between old Doctor Who, new Doctor Who, and old stuff that was from other areas. But can I just say, Gary Russell's written a Doctor Who book with the Capaldi Doctor, Clara, and Bernice Summerfield in it. I mean, it actually says on the front, I'm an archaeologist, but probably not the one you were expecting. Yes, the person who really isn't River Song, but is so much better, Lisa Bowerman's Bernice Summerfield. Just brilliant. And of course, Gary worked with her from the beginning. She's been an ongoing character in novels going back for so many years. Big Finish, everything. And you know what? I'm over the moon that we can have old characters, people who could be arguably seen as non-canonical, turning up here. You need Dr. Bernice on TV. It's that clear and it's that simple. Please, Mr. Moffat, do it for us. We'd be very, very grateful. Not as grateful as Lisa Bowerman's bank manager, but we'd still be very grateful. I mean, the giveaway was the fact that Lisa Bowerman is reading the audiobook for this, which comes out later on in the year. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to discuss the book itself. So here's what it says about the book. Christmas 2015, Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. Imagine everyone's surprise when a time portal opens up in Sydney Cove. Imagine their shock as a massive pyramid now sits beside the harbour bridge, inconveniently blocking Port Jackson and glowing with energy. Imagine their fear as Cyrus, the mobster glob, Professor Horace Jansen, and an alien assassin called Kick arrive to claim the glowing pyramid. Finally, imagine everyone's dismay when they're followed by a bunch of con artists out to spring their greatest griff yet. This gang consists of Legs, the sexy comedian, Dog Boy providing protection and firepower, Shorty handling logistics, De Trowel in charge of excavation and history, and their leader, Doc, busy making sure the universe isn't destroyed in an explosion that makes the Big Bang look like a damp squib. And when someone accidentally reawakens the ancients of time, things get a whole lot more complicated. Yes, Gary has provided us with what I can only describe as a rip-roaring adventure. And you know what? That's what he was good at Big Finish, and it's what he's good at now. The guy had moved to Australia, and write what you know just works. So as always, I'm going to provide you with a reading and let you make up your own mind. You sent a postcard to her. I had to get him involved somehow, and you know that just asking him will get you nowhere. And I knew she'd have to make sure he came. Let's face it, he never argues with her. Must be the whiskers. That's true. He can be very annoying like that. Won't do the sensible thing. But get a bowl of angry fur to yell at him, and Bob's your uncle. Plus, we incidentally got a bit lost in the time streams. Kept popping up for 3 or 4 hours in random places. Right, basic location and time, but never exactly where you need to be. And you dragged him to Legion, to home. It seemed like a good idea at the time, as if being on Earth was clearly interfering with our travelling through time. This seemed neutral, but I think he got a bit wrong. You're telling me. She suddenly reached out for the woman who had surprised her a few moments ago, but instinctively the other woman drew back. "No touchy, touchy," she said quickly. "Sorry, silly me, I forgot." She smiled at this. "It's been a while since I did this voluntarily. And by the way, can I just say, this is convoluted. Even for us, this is convoluted." "I know, I'm sorry. If it helps, just let me tell you that 2,000 years from here isn't much fun. It's all a bit boring, and the people are snarky, probably because they were expecting a different person altogether. And it's raining. A lot. And you've got access to time travel. A time portal. It's not quite the same inside a pyramid, which is inside a mountain on an Aztec moon. Aztec moon? You found the Pyramid of Eternia? Oh my god, what's it like?" "Big. Now, far more importantly, I'm here for a number of very dull, shouty people from that church. I'm hoping that while I'm doing this, talking to you, I mean, those same dull people back in the future," oh, I've always wanted to say that, "are still frozen in a handy time eddy, or they're going to ask me some very annoying questions when I get back. I need to get my head round this. You left here and went to the 51st century only to pop back here and ask me to get involved, get him involved, and then go back to the 21st century to actually get involved. Pretty much, yeah. And you couldn't do it yourself?" "Nope. Why not?" Something happened. The rock thing I dug up in the Legion of all places and took to the Aztec moon got a bit damaged, and that doesn't work as well." "Do you mean the glamour? You found the glamour as well as the Pyramid of Eternia? Hell, you found the Aztec moon. That's amazing. Can we focus a bit here before I cease to exist for all time?" "Yes, sorry. That's important too, absolutely. What happened to the glamour?" More a who than a what, I'm afraid." She sighed. "I think I can guess that one." "I think you can. There's just enough power to zap me back from Earth to here. I'll tell you to go all the way, and then you go all the way back to Earth and do what I couldn't do because of this time eddy thing. And that's why we need him. He's a Time Lord. He can do whatever he does, all Time Lordy and rescue us. But he needs to go back to where it all went wrong and put it right. And for that to happen, he sort of needs you." "Of course he does," she sighed. "What body is he in? By the way, I keep getting him in the weirdest orders. It's very confusing." "No idea. With any luck, it'll be a new one to me." As you could tell, it's particularly well written, if not well read, by me, and well worth a punt. And with that, I'll fade away and bid you all farewell and speak to you very soon, probably about Doctor Who. So until then, be seeing you. You've been listening to the Tin Dog Podcast, available on RSS, iTunes, Stitcher, Audio Boom and Tumblr. Doctor Who and its associated works are copyright of the BBC. No infringement is intended. You can contact the show, donate, buy merchandise, or find out more about my other projects by visiting the Tin Dog Podcast homepage and clicking on the links. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.